The article explains the difference between the data security and data privacy. Data security is about keeping information safe from hackers or unauthorized people. For example, using a password to protect your email account. Data privacy, on the other hand, is about following the rules when collecting and using personal data. For example, a company is asking for your consent before using your phone number for marketing. So it points out that companies sometimes mix this up. Just because data is secure, it doesn't really mean it's being used correctly. The article says both data security and privacy are important for avoiding problems and following the law.
So the question is, what is the difference between data security and data privacy? Based on the article, so data security is techniques like encryption and access control to protect the data against loss, theft, and illegal access. It also ensures the data availability, confidentiality, and integrity. While the data privacy controls the collection, storage, and use of sensitive or personal data, making sure that it complies with legal standards and user consent. So the key difference of two are data security focus on the protecting data, while the data privacy is focusing on handling it responsibility.
I agree with the article's premise that the data security and data privacy are distinct yet interconnected concepts that organizations must address separately to ensure comprehensive protection of data. Data security primarily focuses on safeguarding data from unauthorized access, breaches, cyber attacks, and data loss, emphasizing the confidentiality, availability, and integrity of information. On the other hand, data privacy revolves around governing their collection, storage, sharing, and usage personally. Identifiable information (PII) and ensuring that personal information is handled in accordance with the preferences of the individual concerned. The article correctly points out that while an organization may have robust data security measures in place, it can still violate data privacy regulation if the procedure for collecting and handling information do not align with the privacy policies. This distinction underscores the importance of not conflating data security with the data privacy and highlighting the need for organizations to develop comprehensive data governance strategies that address both aspects separately.
Style Hub, a data security and data privacy hub, is a centralized platform or guide designed to address all aspects of protecting sensitive information, ensuring compliance with regulations, and educating users about safeguarding their data. Style Hub Data Security. Encryption in action. When a customer enters their credit card details on shopping platform, end-to-end encryption ensures their data is securely transmitted and cannot be intercepted by unauthorized parties. Style Hub Data Privacy. User control in practice. A social media platforms allows users to review the types of personal data they share and gives them the option to delete their account and associated data permanently. Style Hub Data Security and Privacy are not just technical challenges, but ethical obligations to protect the rights of users. By following best practices, businesses and individuals can minimize risk, stay compliant with laws, and build trust with their customers.
Here is the real-life example of the data privacy that has been violated. The Facebook Cambridge Analytica scandal in 2018 involved the unauthorized harvesting of personal data from approximately 87 million Facebook users.
It begins with a research firm, Cambridge Analytica. CA partnered with a UK-based academic, Alexander Kogan, who was using Facebook data for research purposes. Quizzes were sent to around 300,000 Americans. They looked innocuous. Over 100 personality traits to agree or disagree with. And you got paid less than $5. But there was a catch. To take the survey, you had to log into Facebook, which gave Kogan access to your profile, including your birth date, location, and most importantly, your Facebook likes. Kogan combined the quiz results with your Facebook data to develop a psychometric model, a sort of personality profile. He then combined this with photo records and sent them to Cambridge Analytica. CA claimed that these models were the heart of how they profiled you, your neuroses, and other exploitable traits. But Kogan and CA didn't stop there. His app also grabbed the personal data of your Facebook friends and compiled similar profiles of them. In just months, 270,000 people took Kogan's survey, and the data of up to 87 million friends was also harvested, close to 1/4 of all US Facebook users. CA then used that data to target people, maybe you, with political messaging. CA said this targeting helped the Trump campaign's strategy, but the campaign disputes this. Kogan's work claimed to be for academic research, but he also shared your information with Cambridge Analytica, a violation of Facebook's policies. So, was it a data breach? Facebook says no, that no passwords were stolen and no systems were infiltrated. But Mark Zuckerberg has said it was a breach of trust between Facebook and its users.
Here is the statement of Mark Zuckerberg about the data scandal.
So this was a major breach of trust, and I'm really sorry that this happened. We have a basic responsibility to protect people's data, and if we can't do that, then we don't deserve to have the opportunity to serve people.
In summary, he lack of transparency. So Facebook faced backlash for its inadequate privacy controls and failure to inform users about how their data was being used. So many users were unaware that their information was shared with a third party. Legal consequences. So Facebook faced investigation from multiple governments and ultimately paid $5 billion fine to the Federal Trade Commission or FTC for privacy violations. So, impact on regulation. The scandal contributed to discussion about stronger data protection laws, including the GDPR in Europe, which emphasizes user consent and data protection.